Mayor Hope and members of council, the Longwoods Barn Quilt Trail members made a presentation to the Chatham-Kent Quilters Guild 2 years ago and challenged us to continue the Barn Quilt Trail that ended before Thamesville along Highway 2. Our trail, People of the Thames 1750 to 1850, will continue along Highway number 2 in Chatham, past the Lower Thames Valley Conservation Authority, along King Street, out Riverview Line to Lighthouse Cove, and back to Chatham along the north side of the shore. For those of you who are wondering what is a barn quilt, it can be described in the following manner. Barn quilts tell a story, draw attention to unmarked historical places, make a trail, create a themed route, lead visitors from one site to the next. Our rural eye candy, glimpsed as we roll down our rural highways. And barn quilts draw attention to Ontario's disappearing rural landscapes, timber frame barns, and the family farm. On the practical side, a barn quilt is a replica of an actual fabric quilt block, 12 inches square, which is enlarged and painted on an 8 by 8 foot wooden board and hung on the side of a building, which is most often a barn, store, or installed on posts at an historical location. Researching the history of Chatham-Kent to identify the stories that we wanted to convey through our barn quilt trail and making the actual cloth quilt, which is hanging in the hallway today, required 1,000 hours of volunteer time on the part of the Chatham-Kent Quilters Guild. We are creating landmarks for the stories of people who were ordinary citizens who did extraordinary things. One such story is of Anne Smith, 12 years old, who went out to collect the cows for milking with her sister Mary. The girls were caught in a spring storm and lost their way home. The girls took cover in a hollow log with the older one lying on top of the younger one. When they were found, Mary had frozen to death and Anne's legs were badly frostbitten. The neighbor, Hannah Dolson, came to their house with a supply of her husband's whiskey as he owned a tavern. Hannah then proceeded to amputate Anne's legs below the knees while she lay on the kitchen table. Anne proved to be of strong stuff as she lived on to the age of 83, managing the farm, traveling, and most of all, refused to allow the American General Harrison to burn down her farm during the War of 1812. She left 200 acres to the Anglican Diocese to build a church over the family's graves, which still stands today.